Justin Fields, who seems like he kind of said, hey, just in case, like, this is goodbye. You know, did you see that post-game press conference when he was talking to the media? So, like,
no, but I saw like the posts of it, but I didn't watch it yet.
Fields basically came out and was just like, you know, just in case, you know, appreciate y'all. Made my job a little bit harder. You know, appreciate the people in Chicago. Like, it just seems like it might be the end. And Chicago has a lot to figure out. But Justin Fields has been tied to a bunch of teams now. The Raiders being one of them. The Falcons being one of them. And I'm curious.
Falcons would be interesting.
It would be, especially depending on who their new coach is going to be.
Because I put Russ to the Falcons. Russ has been linked to the Raiders, too. I kind of want Russ to go to the Raiders at this point for the memes. But
it would be amazing.
I think Justin Fields, like, he had to take control of that game against the Packers and get a win for Chicago to be like, yeah, we're going to bring him back. He's our guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch that game, but, like, the Bears didn't win. Like,
no,
I think that made their decision a lot easier. And
I agree.
It's not an easy decision. It's not like Justin Fields did all of these horrible things to lose his job there. It's just more of the Bears are in a weird position where they can draft a guy who many think is like the best quarterback since Andrew Luck. Now that discussion fizzled a lot this year because, you know, USC did. Their defense was horrible. But like they can probably upgrade, or at least they can definitely get equal play at the QB position and pay a lot less, right? That's Bears.
That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. The issue is, and this is where I'm going to be. I did a video on this earlier. I did this video years ago when we were talking about Trubisky. And I mean this. And like, this is not coming from a place of like, haha, Bears at all. Legitimately, I do not trust the Bears organization to develop a quarterback because they haven't. The best quarterback that they've had in how long now was Jay Cutler, who they made a trade for.
You're welcome.
Mitch Trubisky, Justin, it doesn't matter. They keep on hiring the same people because the same people who are in charge of hiring are still there. And so I would have no faith as a Bears fan of like, oh yeah, let's go get Caleb Williams and he could sit behind that same offensive line that got Justin Fields sacked 5 times yesterday. And hopefully this is going to be good. Because it feels like last season, the Bears were like, okay, Justin Fields is our guy. We know this for a fact, right? We got DJ Moore because we traded away the first overall pick. We got a haul for that. We drafted offensive linemen. We got it. And then this year, week 1, sent them in a spiral. And then as the year went on, right, they went through their bumps and bruises, but the defense got better. And you saw, hey, maybe that's the Eberflus influence, right? Because he's a defensive guy. And the offense, you're like, okay, like maybe it's getting better. Justin Fields looking good, dominated the Falcons. But then they come in and they don't score a touchdown against Joe Barry. Bryce Young came in and torched the Packers defense.
Yeah.
And like for that to happen, I just don't know at what point you go, yeah, this is definitely going to be the guy now.
Because I think maybe they just
perfect,
go Drake May. Maybe go Drake May. Like,
true.
I mean, maybe you can trade from 1 to 2. Like, maybe Washington or the Patriots want Caleb Williams, right?
That's what I said. Yeah, just trade a haul to go to 2.
Just go to 2. Take Drake May. He's probably better fit for what Getsy wants to do at offensive coordinator, right? Like, I don't know. You got to look at what the quarterback does well and how they fit into your scheme and your system and your weapons. It depends on what they get for that. Like, could you get May and another receiver? You need line help. You take the best tackle at 8 or 9 or 10 or wherever you're picking. Like, I don't know. They're in a good position though. Do you trust them to develop a quarterback? You don't, but like it's a different coaching staff and front office now, so maybe we'll see. The Broncos are in the same spot where people are like, you're just gonna, you'll bring in another quarterback, he'll suck, or you'll draft a guy and he'll be a bust. I'm like, well, it's Sean Payton. It's a different dude. Does that guarantee that he's going to do the right thing and do the job well and develop a young quarterback? No, but I trust Sean Payton a hell of a lot more than I trusted if it were Nathaniel Hackett.
Yes.
If it were Vic Fangio, who just didn't. I think Vic Fangio wished he could play football without a fucking quarterback. Honestly, like I think
that. I don't
It's just
doubt
like,
that.
do we like
we
Fangio
need
running a coaching? Like, do we need quarterback guys? Do we need one? Can we just have an offensive line and a running back run it 86 times?
They have a fantasy draft, and he's always picking QB as like his last pick. He's like, yeah,
I can just win it with the defense if you let me.
yeah, that's it.
You know, Fangio with Pat Shermer. No, it's like the last guy who was the answer for a quarterback was Kubiak. And we were in a position where they drafted Paxton Lynch, and he did not want him. He was the one guy who did not want Paxton Lynch, Gary Kubiak. And then he left for health reasons. So, you know, we're like, it's just like the Bears. You can't keep having all that change and expect, like,
correct.
And I get it. The Patriots and their fans, I think they're going to be delusional and crazy for a while, but it might actually just be time for Bill to go somewhere else.
Sure.
And a change there might work. But if they get into this cycle of every 2 off seasons, you're with a new coach looking for a new quarterback, you're in purgatory. It's just, you're not getting out of it. And even the fucking Browns, who are in the playoffs right now, they're there because of Joe Flacco and their defense. Is their defense going to be that dominant next year? I don't know. Like 2015 Broncos tells me, no, you get that one season and you better have a quarterback who can lead your offense to the playoffs. And they just happen to have the guy who did it before Joe Flacco with a great Ravens defense. So maybe they luck into it, but they're going to have Watson after that. So we're in hell. We're in hell. We're in hell.
It'd be interesting. Ben Johnson with Fields, like, and just like try like a see what you got. You know, don't trade much for him, because Fields, what are they going to offer for him right now? A third, maybe
second or third was like the rumor. I'm like, damn, I would take Fields for that. Dude, Fields in that offense with Ben Johnson.